before they told us we didn't own anything, before they said we couldn't build anything, before they rewrote the story to make it seem like Black success was new, Black people were building cities. Not just neighborhoods, economies, not just businesses, systems. Across this country, Black Americans created places where money circulated internally, children saw professionals who looked like them, and ownership meant safety, dignity, and political power. And when those systems worked too well, they were attacked, dismantled, or erased. This is not a story about victimhood. This is a story about capacity. This is the Village Media, and this is the truth about Black self-reliance in America. Greenwood wasn't a dream, it was real. In the early 1900s, Greenwood District in Tulsa was one of the wealthiest Black communities in the world. There were over 300 Black-owned businesses, doctors, lawyers, banks, grocery stores, newspapers, movie theaters, and hotels. Families owned their homes. Children grew up seeing Black professionals every single day. Success wasn't rare, it was normal. Greenwood's founder, O.W. Gurley, bought 40 acres of land and intentionally created a Black-only business district. J.B. Stratford built the largest Black-owned hotel in America. Money circulated within Greenwood dozens of times before ever leaving the community. And in 1921, white mobs burned it to the ground. Not because Greenwood failed, but because it worked. When Black families migrated north during the Great Migration, they didn't arrive empty-handed. They brought skills, ambition, and vision. In Chicago's Bronzeville, known as the Black metropolis, Black people built banks, insurance companies, nightclubs, newspapers, and real estate empires. The Chicago Defender didn't just report the news, it organized political power and encouraged Black migration. Jesse Benga founded one of the first Black-owned banks in the city, helping families buy homes when white banks refused. Bronzeville became a cultural engine, shaping jazz, literature, politics, and activism across the nation. Money stayed in the neighborhood, talent was nurtured locally. Bronzeville proved something dangerous. Black success didn't need permission. Down south, Haiti told a different story, one rooted in ownership and strategy. Haiti was the economic heart of Black Durham. Black banks, Black hospitals, Black professionals. John Merrick helped co-found North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance, the largest Black-owned insurance company in America. It insured Black families when no one else would. Haiti created generational stability through education, employment, and entrepreneurship. This wasn't survival under Jim Crow, it was economic coordination. In Jackson Ward, Black excellence had a zip code. Known as the Black Wall Street of the East, this neighborhood was dense with Black-owned banks, theaters, newspapers, and professional offices. Maggie Lena Walker became the first Black woman to charter a bank in the United States. Her bank financed homes, businesses, and futures. Ownership created leverage. Leverage created influence. And influence always attracts resistance. Mound Bayou was different. Founded by formerly enslaved people, it was an all-Black town governed by Black leadership. No white political oversight, no plantation economy. It had its own schools, hospitals, farms, and businesses. Supported by Booker T. Washington, Mound Bayou represented autonomy, not integration. It proved Black people could govern themselves successfully. Before Central Park, there was Seneca Village, a middle-class Black community of homeowners, teachers, and church leaders. More than half the residents owned property, and property ownership meant voting rights. Seneca Village didn't disappear. It was removed to make room for a park. Land was taken. Voices were silenced. After slavery, freedom came with a question: where do we go now? Nicodemus was the answer. Formerly enslaved families traveled west, seeking land, dignity, and control over their labor. Land ownership became liberation. Schools, churches, and government followed. Rosewood was quiet, stable, self-sufficient. Black families owned land, trades, and businesses. Wealth was passed down generation to generation. In 1923, a lie was all it took. Rosewood was burned to the ground, not because of chaos, but because of hatred. Overtown was called the Harlem of the South, a cultural and economic hub of Black Florida. When Black entertainers came to Miami, this is where they stayed. Doctors built practices. Hoteliers built wealth. Then highways cut straight through the community, not by accident, by policy. Different cities, different states, same pattern. Black ownership, Black cooperation, Black success. And when it grew too strong, violence, seizure, or so-called urban renewal followed. These weren't failed communities. They were interrupted. The lie says Black people never built anything. History says otherwise. We've built this before, and we can build it again. This is the Village Media, reclaiming the blueprint.